Have you ever invested in beautiful clothes, carefully matched the colours, bought the shoes everyone recommended, and still looked in the mirror wondering, why doesn't it look elegant on me? If that feeling sounds familiar, you're far from alone. Thousands of women spend years believing they need a larger wardrobe, younger features, or more expensive brands to achieve timeless elegance. But what if the real reason has nothing to do with any of those things? What if the difference between looking simply well-dressed and looking effortlessly unforgettable comes down to one invisible principle that almost nobody talks about? Today we're going to uncover that secret together. As this story unfolds, you'll begin to see why some women become more elegant with every passing decade, why their style never seems outdated, and how they create extraordinary beauty using surprisingly ordinary pieces. By the end of this video, you may discover that the elegant woman you've admired for years was never hiding behind her clothes at all. She was revealing herself through them. There isn't one famous woman who perfectly represents this philosophy. Instead, this story belongs to countless women around the world who quietly became style icons without ever trying to be. They don't dominate fashion magazines every week, and they aren't chasing the latest social media trend. Yet somehow, whenever they walk into a room, people notice. Not because they're loud, but because they radiate something much deeper than fashion. Their wardrobes have become a reflection of a life built on confidence, patience, self-respect, and experience. Their elegance wasn't purchased overnight. It was cultivated slowly, one thoughtful decision at a time. The biggest misconception about elegance is believing it begins inside the closet. Most women spend years searching for the perfect dress, the perfect handbag, or the perfect pair of shoes, hoping those purchases will finally create the polished image they've been chasing. But elegant women rarely start there. They begin somewhere much quieter. Before choosing what to wear, they know exactly who they are. That simple difference changes everything. Clothing stops becoming a costume designed to impress strangers and becomes an extension of their personality. That's why their outfits always feel authentic instead of forced. Think about the last time you saw someone who looked genuinely sophisticated. Chances are you probably can't remember every piece she was wearing. But you probably remember how she made you feel. Calm, confident, graceful. That's because true elegance leaves an emotional impression long before anyone notices the individual garments. Her clothing simply supports the story she's already telling through her presence. One of the most fascinating habits these women share is their refusal to chase trends. While fashion changes every season, elegance follows a completely different rhythm. She doesn't wake up wondering what influencers are wearing this month. Instead, she asks a much more powerful question. Does this still represent the woman I've become? That question protects her from impulsive shopping, overcrowded closets, and constant dissatisfaction. Every purchase has a purpose, which means every outfit feels intentional. This is why her wardrobe often appears surprisingly simple. A beautifully tailored white shirt, linen trousers that move naturally with every step, a navy blazer that fits perfectly across the shoulders, cashmere sweaters that have remained beautiful for years, leather loafers polished but never flashy, neutral dresses with clean silhouettes. None of these pieces seem extraordinary on their own. Their magic appears when they're worn by someone who understands proportion, quality, and restraint. Interestingly, she almost never wears everything she owns at once. Many people assume elegance comes from adding more jewellery, more accessories, more colours, more details. She has learned exactly the opposite. Before leaving the house, she quietly removes one thing. Perhaps the oversized necklace. Maybe the extra bracelet. Sometimes even the colourful scarf. Every time she subtracts rather than adds, the outfit becomes calmer, more refined, more memorable. Colour also plays an extraordinary role in her style. Rather than filling her wardrobe with every shade imaginable, she creates harmony. Cream beside camel. White paired with navy. Chocolate balanced with ivory, olive softened by beige. These combinations don't fight for attention. They create peace. And that harmony unconsciously communicates confidence. People often describe these women as naturally elegant without realizing they're responding to carefully balanced visual consistency. There's another reason these outfits feel timeless. They aren't trying to erase age. In fact, they celebrate it. Somewhere along the journey, she stopped asking how to dress younger and started asking how to dress better. That small shift changed her entire relationship with fashion. Instead of competing with younger generations, she embraced everything maturity had given her. Confidence replaced comparison. Experience replaced insecurity. Sophistication replaced excess. Perhaps this is why many women become dramatically more elegant after 50 than they ever were at 30. Youth often brings uncertainty. We experiment, imitate, and seek approval. Maturity offers clarity. We finally recognize what flatters our body, suits our personality, and supports the life we actually live. The wardrobe becomes smaller, but every piece works harder. Comfort also becomes non-negotiable. Elegant women understand that confidence disappears the moment clothing becomes uncomfortable. Constantly adjusting a tight dress, struggling in painful shoes, or wearing fabrics that don't breathe immediately distracts from natural presence. Instead, they choose garments that allow them to move freely. Beautiful flats replace uncomfortable heels when necessary. Relaxed tailoring creates graceful movement instead of restriction. Natural fabrics become trusted companions throughout every season. This philosophy extends beyond fashion into daily life itself. She doesn't separate style from wellness because she knows they're deeply connected. Healthy skin begins with hydration long before expensive skincare products. Beautiful posture develops through daily movement rather than expensive clothing. Bright eyes reflect restful sleep more than makeup. Graceful aging becomes the result of consistent habits instead of miraculous treatments. Her mornings are rarely rushed. She understands that elegance cannot survive constant chaos. A quiet breakfast, a short walk, time to prepare without panic. Even getting dressed becomes a small daily ritual, rather than another stressful task to complete before running out the door. These moments create something invisible yet incredibly powerful. Presence. And presence may be the greatest luxury of all. One of the most inspiring lessons she teaches is that repetition isn't boring. In today's culture, we're constantly encouraged to wear something different every day. Elegant women quietly reject that pressure. They repeat beautiful outfits proudly because consistency creates identity. The same white shirt can feel entirely different with linen trousers one day and dark denim the next. A silk scarf changes the mood. Different shoes tell another story. Instead of endlessly buying new clothes, she endlessly rediscovers the ones she already loves. That approach also creates emotional freedom. Rather than standing in front of an overflowing closet saying, "I have nothing to wear," she knows almost every piece works with almost every other piece. Decision fatigue disappears. Dressing becomes joyful again. Accessories follow exactly the same philosophy. She understands that every beautiful outfit deserves breathing space. Instead of allowing jewellery to compete with handbags, scarves, shoes and belts simultaneously, she lets one element quietly shine. Sometimes it's a structured leather handbag. Other days it's elegant pearl earrings. Occasionally it's a silk scarf tied effortlessly around the neck. The restraint itself becomes luxurious. The same simplicity appears in her beauty routine. She doesn't try to hide every line life has written across her face. Instead, she focuses on vitality, healthy skin, soft hair, well-groomed brows, fresh lipstick, natural nails. Everything whispers rather than shouts. Ironically, that subtlety often makes her appear younger than heavy makeup ever could. There's also something deeply emotional happening beneath every outfit she wears. Her wardrobe isn't filled with clothes, it's filled with memories. The linen dress worn during a summer holiday, the blazer that accompanied an important career milestone, the handbag carried while celebrating a family wedding. Every piece represents a chapter of her life. That's why her clothing never feels disposable. It carries meaning. Perhaps that's what people are actually admiring. They're not responding to expensive fabrics alone. They're responding to authenticity. To a woman who has stopped dressing for approval and started dressing for herself. That quiet confidence becomes magnetic because it cannot be copied. It grows from years of self-discovery. Many women believe elegance arrives after buying the right wardrobe. The truth is almost the opposite. The wardrobe becomes elegant after the woman herself has changed. Once she learns patience, self-respect, and intentional living, those qualities naturally begin appearing in every outfit she chooses. This is why timeless style has very little to do with age. It has everything to do with awareness. Awareness of proportion, awareness of quality, awareness of comfort, awareness of identity. These invisible decisions quietly transform ordinary clothing into something unforgettable. As life becomes simpler, her wardrobe follows the same direction. She buys less, but chooses better. She owns fewer pieces, but wears them more often. She stops asking what everyone else is wearing and starts asking how she wants to feel today. That single question changes every decision she makes. Eventually, people begin complimenting her elegance. They assume she discovered some hidden fashion secret. She smiles because she knows the truth. There was never one magical outfit. There was never one expensive purchase. There was never one trend that changed everything. The transformation happened little by little, through hundreds of ordinary mornings where she consistently chose intention over impulse. And maybe that's the most beautiful lesson of all. Elegance isn't something reserved for celebrities, royalty, or women with unlimited budgets. It's available to anyone willing to slow down, simplify, and dress in a way that honors who they truly are instead of who the world expects them to be. So the next time you stand in front of your closet wondering why your outfits don't quite feel right, don't immediately think you need more clothes. Instead, ask yourself a different question. Does this outfit express the woman I'm becoming or the woman I'm trying to imitate? That answer may change not only your wardrobe, but the way you see yourself every single day. Because in the end, the women whose style looks like a true work of art aren't creating masterpieces with clothing alone. They're creating them with confidence, consistency, grace, and the quiet understanding that beauty doesn't come from wearing more. It comes from becoming more. And when that transformation happens inside, every outfit begins telling the same extraordinary story without saying a single word. Color palettes with feelings of trust, confidence, and emotional stability. Without realizing it, people respond positively because everything simply feels balanced. Another beautiful lesson comes from the way she approaches aging itself. She never dresses as if she's competing with younger women. That competition disappeared years ago because she discovered something much more valuable. Every decade brought something that youth simply couldn't offer. Patience, wisdom, presence. She stopped asking, "How can I look younger?" and started asking, "How can I look like the best version of myself today?" That subtle shift completely transformed her relationship with fashion. Suddenly, clothing became an extension of confidence rather than a disguise. Perhaps one of the most remarkable aspects of her style is that comfort and elegance peacefully coexist. She refuses to sacrifice one for the other. Beautiful flats replace painful heels when necessary. Linen breathes during warm afternoons. Soft knitwear embraces the body without restricting movement. Well-cut trousers offer freedom instead of discomfort. She understands that genuine confidence becomes impossible when you're constantly adjusting your clothes or enduring physical discomfort. True elegance allows you to forget about the outfit because you're fully present in the moment. Her beauty routine follows the exact same philosophy. Rather than hiding every sign of time, she focuses on caring for herself consistently. Healthy skin receives more attention than heavy makeup. Hydration becomes more important than complicated cosmetic routines. Hair shines because it is healthy, not because it follows every seasonal haircut trend. Her manicure remains simple and refined. Even her fragrance speaks softly rather than loudly. Every choice communicates the same message. Refinement lives in the details that most people overlook. When you observe her daily life, another interesting pattern begins to emerge. She doesn't separate wellness from style. The morning walk isn't only good for her heart, it improves her posture. Drinking enough water benefits not only her health, but also her skin. Preparing balanced meals becomes another expression of self-respect. Reading books keeps her mind curious. Maintaining meaningful friendships keeps her spirit youthful. In her world, elegance extends far beyond clothing. It becomes a complete lifestyle built through hundreds of small daily decisions. Something else quietly sets her apart. She never apologizes for repeating outfits. In today's culture, many people feel pressured to constantly appear in something new. She sees things differently. If a look works beautifully, why not wear it again? Instead of endless consumption, she embraces thoughtful repetition. By changing a scarf, adding different earrings, or switching shoes, familiar outfits suddenly feel fresh without losing their timeless appeal. Ironically, this consistency often makes her style more recognizable and memorable. Confidence also appears in the way she walks. She doesn't rush through life. She isn't constantly checking whether everyone is looking at her. She moves with quiet assurance because she understands that elegance starts long before anyone notices the outfit itself. A gentle smile, relaxed shoulders, good posture, comfortable pace. These invisible details transform even the simplest clothes into something remarkable. Many fashion experts spend years studying garments, yet sometimes the greatest accessory has always been confidence itself. One lesson she learned over time is especially powerful. She stopped dressing for occasions and started dressing for herself. Even ordinary mornings deserve beauty. A trip to the local cafe deserves a beautiful linen shirt. Grocery shopping deserves comfortable but polished shoes. Meeting friends for lunch deserves a thoughtfully chosen handbag. Life isn't waiting for special occasions anymore. Life itself has become the occasion. That philosophy changes not only the wardrobe, but the entire emotional experience of getting dressed each day, and perhaps that's why her style feels so inspiring. It never asks for attention. It earns respect naturally. Without saying a word, she reminds everyone around her that elegance has very little to do with age and everything to do with intention. Every carefully chosen fabric, every balanced silhouette, every relaxed smile tells the same beautiful story. She has finally become completely comfortable being herself. And strangely enough, that authenticity has become her greatest luxury. So if you've ever believed that looking elegant required a bigger budget, a younger face, or a completely new wardrobe, maybe today is the perfect moment to let go of that idea. Because the most beautiful wardrobes aren't built in a weekend shopping spree. They're built slowly, thoughtfully, year after year, through choices that reflect self-respect rather than social pressure. That's the real reason her way of dressing feels like a work of art. It's not because every outfit is perfect. It's because every outfit honestly reflects the woman wearing it. And perhaps that's the most timeless fashion lesson any of us could ever learn.